I wanted to get to my leverage podcast at part one, but as I was working on it, my cat knocked over my Dan Marino plate and cracked it, and it was too rough a morning to do all the editing. I've done a lot of work. I found a program that shows you can design plays, how they're supposed to be run, so I can present the stuff. I'm doing a lot of work with it. I'm going to try to get it to you tomorrow, but my heart wasn't in it that much editing after my 2099 plate, 1999 plate, all the way till now got broke because my cat wanted to leave the room. Anyway, so today I had a good conversation actually last night with Steve Malloy and the guys from the Live about the draft. So I want to go over our options in the first and second round, the players, and what I think, the Dolphins are going to do with those picks and who could be there and how we can lay it out. I've been studying these guys for a while. Still not fully comfortable, definitely deeper into the draft just yet. But these first two rounds, as far as what we need, I think I'm feeling very comfortable. So we've got to get as much talent throughout this draft as a pool, more importantly than grabbing the top player that we all might want. So we're really hurting on D-tackle. Sealer is a great player, but he's going to be 30, 31 soon. And you've got to start manning that position. Cam Smith is terrible. We really don't have much. And we got Ramsey, who's getting older. Now, he might keep playing and play in the free safety spot. But as far as corner goes, he missed almost half a season year one. Year two, he got dinged up, and towards the end of the season, he started breaking down. And as much as I'd love the offensive line, at 13, unless Will Campbell or Membo's there, I wouldn't go offensive line. I'm not big on Banks for us. So if those two guys are not there and we can't trade back, we got to get somebody. And getting your best value, I think, is clearly, it's going to be, I'll lay it out for you. But I think we got to look at the first and second round and try to get a DT and corner and pull it all together as best as you can with those two picks. Now, Mason Graham, if he falls, I would take him obviously too. But those three guys, if they're not there, I think Grier is going to look at the secondary position. Now, if Will Johnson and Jedi Barron aren't there, then it changes things. But I'm expecting one of those guys to be there. I'm expecting at least one of them. And, see some mocks and way things are falling. Some guys, both of them might be there. But I think one of them is going to be there. And look, I love Grant. I was one of the first guys I really fell in love with. I liked Tyler Warren, and I kind of moved off him quick. And then Grant was the next guy I fell in love with. Took a little hit for me because he only did 22 in the bench. And you'll say, it's not that big deal. All the top guys from Wilfork, Nagata, Vea, Lawrence, Sweat, they all had pretty high benches. And it does bother me a little bit. I think it's a little bit of a reach. So if you look at DT and cornerback, there's a bigger drop-off, I think, from cornerback to the first round to the second round to defensive tackle from the first round to the second round. And even Alf was saying, a bunch of other guys, there's some really good D-tackle talent that can fall into that second round. And even if not, there's still a lot of guys that we can get to get some darn good talent. But cornerback, whether it's Barron or Johnson, it's really hard to pass up. And so Grant is a guy, obviously, I think he's a real stud. There's some things he's got to work on, but I love him a ton, even with the bench. He can work on that. Derek Harmon, I like him, 6'4", 313, pretty big guy, but it's a little bit of a reach. I mean, these guys might turn out to be good. And my guy, Dirk the Daring, who comes on with me Monday night, he loves Nolan, and he's 6'4", 296, and he's got a great skill at handling the doubles. But Nolan might fall to that second round. Maybe some people are talking about the first. But I am a little concerned that a guy whose main skill, one of his top skills, is taking on doubles, and he's only 296. Those guys can get worn out. I do like, obviously, Harmon, and I like Nolan. I think we need the doubles. When you look at the Ravens, they had Pierce and they had Jones. We copy their defense. We need big guys to soak up stuff inside. And Sealer's not that guy to do it. It's not the best place for him. And Benito Jones isn't good, so we need those guys. So I do like Nolan. I guess he could eat a couple of hamburgers and get to 320 or something. But really, Grant would be, of those three guys, the guy I would want most for what I want. Now, penetrating, 3 technique, 2 technique, those guys are fine, Harmon and Nolan. I like them. And you do have a shot at Nolan, maybe if he somehow falls. Well, I don't think so. Then you got Alfred Collins, who's getting a lot hot. I thought it was going to be like a 3rd rounder or something, but he's moving up. Some people are very, very excited about him. He looks like he's a 2nd round guy, but he's Raekwon Davis almost 2.0. He's 6'6", 332, has some pad leverage problems. And for a guy that big to play that 0 and the 1, I loved Raekwon Davis 2020. He was unbelievable, just dominating guys. But there is so much scrum at the knees that when you're that tall, there's a real high chance to get your knees messed up. And you're always going to be battling your leverage. And he struggles a little bit with his leverage. So he's not really a guy for me. But Tyleik Williams, that Dolphins realtor loves Tyleik Williams. He's turned me on to in a big way. 6'3", 334, not a perfect prospect. A little dinged on something, I think it is pro day. Yeah, he pulled a hamstring or something, nothing big. But he's a guy who could easily be there for us in that 2nd round or in a small trade-up. So if you think about it, I mean, Joshua Farmer's there too, but I'm not a big Joshua Farmer fan for what we need. But you think about it, we could get Barron or Johnson and then be in position to take a little jump or have Tyleik fall in our laps. And just imagine having that on your defense. But I'm going to do the reverse and talk about some of these corners, and it just doesn't feel like you're getting the same value between the two. Darius Alexander, he's a guy you might get in a 2nd to 3rd. Not bad, pretty good. A little bit smaller than what I want to do it, but he 28 reps in the bench, 6'4", 305. And then you got Sears. I'm not big on Sears. A little too small for me. He's a 3rd rounder. Deion Walker, not bad. I like Ty Robinson. Think about, you could possibly get Ty Robinson with that 98 pick. You could come out with his draft with Johnson, Tyleik Williams, and Ty Robinson. And that would be stellar for us. And then you could find those guys. If you're a good front office and you're looking for I know offensive line's a big deal. I'm trying to get you there. But we've got Daniels, who's supposed to be our left guard, but he'll play right guard because, Tua's flipped. You got Jackson, who I don't like, but you're locked into. You got Brewer, who you're locked into. You got Paul, who you totally, you got to invest in. You're really looking for that run blocking guard who gets the help from the center. Daniels is not going to need as much help, hopefully, in pass blocking. So you should be able to find a guard with that 4th round pick. You should. A lot of teams find really good players in that round. So you could find a good guard for you there and still come home with Robinson in the 3rd, Tyleik Williams in the 2nd, and then Johnson or Barron in the 1st. And that would be stellar. Ty Robinson is really starting to turn my head as a guy who can play that DN spot. And, he what was his, he ran 4.38, 28 reps at 283. And I'm sure he could put a little bit more on. He's a wrestler, and we do need that run-stopping, physical DN spot. So to me, that's got to, but when you go the other way, let's say you reach for Grant or Harmon and Nolan. I mean, maybe there's studs, but then you're looking at Maxwell Harrison in the 2nd. And I like it, 4.28, but he's 5'11", 183. You've got, one knock, I guess, on Johnson over Barron. you've got Josh Allen. You're going to have to, and then now you got Fields. And Johnson does have a tackle shyness, and I don't like that on the perimeter. That's why I think Barron might be very good for us because he can stop the run and halt those quarterbacks. And even May over in the Patriots, you're going to need some tacklers. So I can kind of see leaning towards Barron. But Maxwell Harrison is very small, although fast. Trey Amos, 6'1", 195, 4'5". It's pretty good, but I didn't like his vertical at 32.5. And then also Alf talked about the way we run things. We don't stress the boundary guys. So maybe that could be a guy. Then Shavon Revel Jr., very intriguing, but I don't like cornerbacks with bad technique. I don't know. To me, getting Johnson or Barron and ending with like Tyleek is a much better than, say, Grant or Harmon or Nolan, and then one of these guys, Maxwell Harrison or Trey Amos. Because, I know the offensive line is the most important thing for a lot of people. For me, too. But we've got to be realistic. That 13 spot is a little bit of a dead zone if you really want to kind of go get yourself the top talent. Maybe Booker, some people are going to say he's going to be great. I don't know about 13. That's real high. Because then you're going to really leave yourself stretching to find a D-tackle corner in the second and third. It's going to be a big drop-off. So that would be my overall hope. Clearly, I hope Membo falls. I want Membo. I think I even want him over Campbell. I would love to have Mason Graham, but those guys are not going to get there. But coming home with Johnson, Barron, and Tyleek Williams, and then maybe Ty Robinson in the back end, and finding yourself a nice physical guard, to get some help, to do the run blocking duties. That's a nice draft with a few maybe shots at a tight end or another D lineman, another a safety. I mean, even if you don't get Ty Robinson in the third round, there's some safeties there. We're looking at some safeties that are in the third round. So you could really, I think, this is where Grier is going to go. We went Xavier Howard and Cam Smith in the second, and it took a while for Xavier Howard to get going. He was great when he got going, but it was a short career. Cam Smith is a bust. It's hard finding cornerbacks. And either Johnson, who's an unbelievable cover guy despite the tackling, or Jedi Barron, who can go all over the place and extremely physical. I think that would be the win for us. And then finding ourselves a D tackle in the second round or D end. It's got a lot of guys later on that you can get to play that run stop to fill some stuff up. So that's my take so far. Maybe it'll change a little bit as time goes on, but I think that's where we're heading or hoping. The biggest problem would be if all those guys I mentioned weren't there. None of the corners, Mason Graham or Membo or Campbell. That would be tough. But they've got to. There's just not enough spots. So the trade back would be the best, but this would be my second preferable. What do you think? Let me know. Curtis saying, be well. Go Fins. Curtis out. Start building your own online sports book today by getting signed up with aceperhead.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.